in 8000 BC, approximately, the ancient Iceni Pictolanian tribe, an ancient Pictish tribe, invented the first ever, archaeologists believe, combustion engine. Like 10,000 years ago, they invented the first combustion engine. What they believed they did was to improve the ability to, or the speed of collecting water from down in the valley, where their settlement was on a hill. They would dress their water carriers in straw rags and then set fire to their arses, which made the water carriers move at an incredible pace down the hill into the valley to the river, the stream, to collect the water. Absolutely fascinating. My name's Ian, I sell books on eBay, and today we've got about 10 sales going out. So last day, Sunday was really bad, but thankfully yesterday's picked up a wee bit. This morning's been quite good. It's only 8:30. I think I've had about 4 orders in this morning already, 3 or 4. So let's have a look at those once I've drunk my coffee. Right, lots of bundles, and the first of those bundles be George R.R. Martin. Game of Thrones, Storm of Swords, Steel and Snow, and A Clash of Kings. 3 paperbacks, and the 3 of them have sold for £10.49. So a nice wee first order, and so the order started at 2 o'clock yesterday, so that's satisfactory. Oh, coffee's so good. Right, speaking, George R.R. Martin. What does the RR stand for? It was just yesterday I was researching a couple of bits and pieces and came across J.R.R. Tolkien, and it never dawned on me what his name actually was. You just thought it's J.R.R. Hey J.R.R., how you doing? Hey J.R.R., coming to the pub? Alright J.R.R., watching the fitty of the day. But it turns out his first name was John. I suppose that's kind of obvious, but I always expected it to be something a bit more exotic. Jerome, something like that. But John, Riley, Ruley, Tolkien, something like that. But yeah, that was interesting. What does the RR stand for? Is it something Machiavellian, or is it Robin Robert? Who knows? Anyway, if anybody knows, tell me. I could look it up, but I'm too lazy to be honest. Next, another bundle, no initials this time, just 2 names, Scott and Mariani. Scott Mariani, 5 paperbacks going out. Picked up a few of these lately, so all of a sudden they've sold. Surprise, surprise. We've got House of War, The Silver Serpent, The White Knight, Crusader's Cross, and Rebel's Revenge. I think this is on your book, because I've just picked up a couple of them very recently. Never had them before. When was this published? Yeah, 2018, so it's not that new, but it's newish. And the 5 of them went for £12.84. Right, another bundle, but a teeny wee bundle this time. And it's 2 Ian Rankin, The Name of the Dead and Flesh Market Close, and the 2 of them went for £7.69. Right, another bundle. One of my pre-mades, and this is George Gently paperback book bundle, 8 books. I just listed these I think yesterday, so if I'm finding bundles of particularly kind of vintage books, I am just making up a bundle and listing them as such rather than putting up a variation listing. To be honest, the variation listing would be quicker to do, but just to try and get things moving so that somebody didn't come in and buy like 5 of these and leave me with 3, which nobody's going to buy as a bundle. We've just got the 8 of them listed up, $14.99 for that little bundle there. So that's quite nice. Today's single book, I think it is just the one single book today, The Tale of Tam Lin. So, retold by Larry Donn, illustrated by Peter Longson. Traditional Scottish tales, hence the theme of today's video. So, kids picture book. It's very pretty. It is very, very nice. I've never heard of Tam Lin. Don't know who he is, what he is. Probably some sort of Sleeping Beauty rip. But yeah, really nice condition. Nice and new, and that went for £7.42. Right. Big order next. So this lot went for 35 quid. And again, it's more of my pre-mades. So we've got 3 Michael Connelly hardcovers, 4 Michael Connelly hardcovers, and 4 Michael Connelly hardcovers. So again, a lot of these hardcovers, Michael Connelly in hardcover, he did sell occasionally through the bundles, but I thought let's try and get things moving, manage my space differently. So if I pre-make these, I can stick them somewhere out the way, wrap them up, keep them protected from the elements, and leave them outside in the garden, no, out in the garage. So I managed to get all of these gone in one sale. So buy 2 get 1 free. Still able to buy books that way, even when I've got them all bundled up as such, which means the total order value for this should have been £49.97, and they've gone for 35 quid, so they've got £15 off buying it that way. But still 11 books at 25 pence each, so that's cost me £2.75 for all of those books. They sold for 35. It was promoted listings, but I've got these promoted at like 3 or 5%, so it's 20% fees in total to eBay, 6 quid to get them posted. I'll send this lot DPD, get them out next day for about £6.44. So it's actually a really good return on that. What was it? 11 times 25p, £2.75 investment. They've only been listed, although I've had some of these books for quite some time because I had them in another listing, they have only been listed for maybe a week and a bit. So that's been a really quick return as well. So really happy with the way those bundles are going. And that's 4 of the pre-made bundles going today. So although I have given one of those bundles away for free, it's been a good return on my investment. So that seems to be working. Long may it continue. Next, we've got Cornelia Funk, the Ink trilogy, Ink Heart, Ink Spell, and Ink Death. Again, really nice condition. I didn't realise I had a full set of these. I do have a Cornelia Funk listing, and usually when I've got that, if I get a nice complete set, I'll just list them up on their own and sell the 3 for a tenner. As it turns out, they went buy 2 get 1 free, but sold for £11.29. So I still get the money, but if I'd known they were there, I would have bundled them up as a bundle, and they would have sold possibly a little bit quicker. But still, £11.29 for 3 Cornelia Funk paperbacks. Next, Bradley. These are yours. We've got a bit of Tolkien, a bit of John Tolkien, Katsuo Ishiguro, Never Let Me Go, and Heather Morris, The Tattooist of Auschwitz. So these are going to Bradley Abbott. So thanks very much for your wee note, Bradley. And you, there they go. You are seeing these on the next video. They're there, going to Bradley. So yeah, thanks again. I think Bradley has bought from me before. Yes, repeat buyer. So thanks again, Bradley, for all your support. And 1 modern classic, 2 modern classics, 3 classics. So yeah, enjoy them. They will be with you in a couple of days. I'll get them posted out this morning. And 2 orders to go. We've got another Scott. White Knight, Rebel's Revenge. 2 Scott Mariani books going out this time, rather than more than 2. Makes sense. £9.89 for the 2 of them. And we'll stick them in the bundle. Right. One more order. Just one. Just one. Lucinda Riley. Another author that when I've got them, they sell well, but I always seem to need to have 6, 7, 8 of them, and then I'll sell 3 or 5 of them. So again, picked up a few of these over the last week, added them into the listing, and they've sold. Not necessarily, I think one of these I've picked up, but I already had a copy of it. But as soon as the number hits a certain amount, they seem to sell quite well. So 3 Lucinda Riley books, £10.89. So another kind of tenner bundle, because that's the number I like when it comes to getting sales out the door. So that's all our orders for today. £131. So it fits pretty much with the pattern. If there's 10 orders, that's 33 quid plus an extra £3 because I've got one that's a big bundle, so about £36 in postage. eBay fees will be money and the rest profit, so it's still sticking with roughly a third for eBay, a third in postage and a third for me. I'm trying to push up the profit percentage, even if it's just by a couple of points. So I've got a lot of stuff that I promote at quite a high rate, and I'm slowly pulling that back to see where it impacts on sales. And I know Sunday was a really, really, really low day, but that doesn't seem to have been anything to do with my promoted listings. That's just one of those days where it bombs down and you're left scratching your head and trying really hard not to react, to just accept it for what it is, a really slow sales day, and know that there will be better days to come in the future. And that's proven. I mean, yesterday it's still not an amazing day, but it is better than what it has been, which takes me to my little chart. So that's 4 days into March. Yesterday I wanted to list about £500 worth, just to catch up a wee bit on the slightly slower listing days over the weekend. I didn't get anywhere near it. My head wasn't in it yesterday. I was finding it really, really finicky and frustrating. So I actually only listed £228 worth of books yesterday. I've got a wee pick up hopefully to do at lunchtime today, get some more of the bread and butters and get a bit of momentum going this afternoon and get back on track with that. I haven't listed any big value items yet this month. There's been a few for like a tenner, maybe 1 or 2 at about 15 quid, but it's all been pretty low value items, either ones that I've made up into a bundle for £15-20 because there's been a lot of books to go together, or it's just been the kind of £2, £3, £4 bread and butter ones going on. So all it takes is a handful of big decent value items and suddenly it's easy to do £500-600 in a day on listings, because you do your normal and then a few of them on top of it and the number goes through the roof. So that will happen at some point throughout the month to push up that average. But today I need to hit the 400 at least, and I do want to go beyond it. Didn't pick up any stock yesterday, so my total purchases for this month are still sitting at only 65 quid. So I've still got about £85 in theory that I could go out and spend if I saw it today. And yesterday's sales, after dropping all the way down to 44 quid on Sunday, back up to 141 for yesterday. So still not great. Well, for what I put into it, it's great. Don't get me wrong. What I get back out of it, it's great. Effort in, profit back out. I'm quite happy with that. But by 200 ambition, £200 a day ambition, it's still short of that. But that is purely an ambition. If I keep listing stuff, that's about all I can do. Keep finding as good quality, good sell-through rate items as I can. Keep listing them, and if they sell, the sales will happen. But beyond that, there's not much I can do to push the sales beyond where they're sitting at. So 171, 179, 44, and then 141. So that's, I'm content with that at the moment. 44 was a killer. If that had been 144, I'd have been quite happy with the month so far, but that was an absolute killer. But, you know, you take it what it is. So I'm going to make sure I do keep up with that, keep the momentum going, and it seems to be keeping me focused on what needs to be done. As I've said before, it doesn't motivate me, because motivation's a luxury. I'm doing this to make money, to pay the bills, to pay the rent, feed the kids. So I don't require additional motivation to get the work done. Some days are harder than others. Yeah, yesterday was a good example where I just wasn't feeling it. But motivation's a luxury, and that just helps me keep track and try and keep up a steady pace throughout, rather than having a bit of a crazy week and then sitting twiddling my thumbs for a couple of days. It just keeps it nice and steady and flowing. So that's all right. One other thing, let me just check my dates here. Boo. We go there, and we go there, and we type in that, and it tells us, yes, 7th of March 2024. Today's the 5th, so that means this Thursday, the 7th of March 2024 is World Book Day. You may or may not know that. World Book Day, they give kiddies pound vouchers to go and buy books, get people reading. There's usually like a wee series of World Book Day edition books, you know, populars, classics that get published, just to encourage people to read and get things all moving. So in the spirit of all of that, I'm sticking on a wee World Book Day discount offer. Now, let me just get the details of that. So I go into my promotions, and we have, where the heck's it going? Yes, there we go. So, World Book Day, 10 AM to 7 PM. That's this Thursday, from 10 AM to 7 PM, 80% off. So, any single book, this isn't just go in, you know, buy all my stock and get it for 8% off. If anybody wants to go in and, you know, make one purchase on my bread and butter books, so up to a certain value, I think it's like the up to about a £5, that will get you 80% off that sale. Got to pay postage on top of that. If it might be a free post book, could get really lucky. But just for that chunk of that day, to support World Book Day, we're going 80% off. So let's just double check the details on that for you. The coupon code is WBD for World Book Day, WBD 80 off. So WBD 80 off, and it's just running for that one day for those few hours. Yeah, and it's got a maximum saving of, what's that number I'm looking for? Yeah, so you can save up to £4, and it's books up to the value of £4. I'm just double checking this as I go along, because I don't want to tell fibs. Yeah, so any books up to £4, 80% off, if anyone's interested. So just a little bit extra, frog in the throat there, a wee bit extra. Get the world reading, because reading's great. Everyone should read all the time, and if they can't, well, that's not an excuse. Just do. That's what I say, just do. So that's everything to do with the books today. There's a few comments on yesterday's video. What was it? There's something that made me go, oh, and I don't recall what it was. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Horts. How about getting Royal Mail to collect? You know, you can obviously do that. You just click the right box when you're buying your postage and they will come and pick up your mail the next day. I have tried it in the past a handful of times, and one day they show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, another day they show up at 1:45 in the afternoon. That doesn't work for me. If I knew when they were going to show up every day, then I could potentially consider using it. But when it's just so random, it doesn't work. I'm quite sure that they hide around the corner in their van and wait to see you popping out for 5 minutes and then come and try when they're delivering parcels or picking up parcels or anything else. The other thing is that I do try and do same day dispatch wherever possible. So if I have at the moment, my kind of cut off time in the day for guaranteed same day dispatch is 11 o'clock in the morning. So any orders up to 11 o'clock, I will get out in the post same day. There's a very occasional exception to that, but for the most part, if you put an order in up to 11 o'clock, I will get it out in the post box or off to the post office on the same day. If I was to use the Royal Mail collect service, then I would have to bring that cut-off time to like 7:30. So just in case there was any orders in overnight, quickly get them packed up and added to the bag so that they could go out with that same pickup on the day. And it would also mean that anything else that came in after that is going to have to wait to the next day to get picked up. They don't pick up on Saturdays, at least that's not an option whenever I've gone to look at it. So anything that came in on a Friday wouldn't go out on a Saturday, it would have to wait to the Monday to go out. And I do like to get things shipped as fast as possible. If there's a 1 or 2 day delay, then all of a sudden you start getting messages from buyers, my parcel hasn't arrived yet. A couple of weeks ago, somebody bought something on the Wednesday afternoon, like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was dispatched on Thursday, Royal Mail 48 hours. But eBay had told them it was due to arrive on the Thursday or Friday. Doesn't fit with any of my postage policies. So they opened an item not received on the Monday morning. It was delivered Monday midday. You could see in the tracking it showed it was out for delivery, but they opened an item not received on the Monday morning, when that was just unfathomable. So obviously eBay are on to me saying, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this? You've got to fix this. You've got to fix this. You've got to get that order out there. Oh, so yeah, if things don't go out as fast as possible, that's where you start getting, I find you start getting an awful lot of messages and customer queries. Where's my parcel? Why is it not showing up? Tracking says this, so on and so forth. So I do try and get things out as fast as possible for that reason. If I could justify it within the costs, I would send everything first class and just get it there next day whenever possible. But that means bumping up prices by 50, 60p, and that makes it too expensive for a lot of what I'm selling. And people don't, in here, they don't care that it might take 3 or 4 days to get to them. But in reality they do, but they're not, so because in here they don't care, they're not willing to pay more. I find people would not be willing to pay more postage just to get something a little bit quicker, especially in a low value item like a book. So it's not worth it from that point of view. But if they don't get it quickly, people are more likely to get in touch. Not complain, not necessarily in a bad way, but it just increases the number of messages and responses that you're having to go through to deal with that. And when you're selling 10 items a day, that might not be a big deal, but if that scales up, it becomes more of an issue. So kind of start as you mean to go on. You know how that works, and that'll work out. So yeah, the Royal Mail Collect, if you're doing next day dispatch and you're sitting about all morning waiting for them to show up, that might be absolutely fine. But I find for me here, it doesn't really work. And it's not that big a deal for me to get out to the post office or the Royal Mail. I had a wee moan about it yesterday because it was like, okay, I've got 1 or 2 orders to go to the post office with. I say, I go past these places anyway. It's not a big issue. Somebody asked me about the Royal Mail drop box, parcel box, Kath Palmer. We don't have one nearby. There's one that's actually right next to the Royal Mail delivery centre, which is only open for 2 hours a day. which is mad. So yeah, it's a couple of miles down the town. It's not a big deal. I can just go and drop stuff there. So it's not really an issue getting stuff out and shipped. It was just a case of going out with a couple. So on Mondays, so yesterday was Monday mornings, drop the boy off at school, and then our Royal Mail Centre's open from 8 till 10, so I take all my stuff from the weekend, you know, Saturday afternoon, anything that's going on the Sunday, I take that and drop it all off on the Monday morning, then come back, do the day's business, and then take that and drop it off later in the day. So usually I'll have another 10, dozen, 15 parcels to drop off later in the day, either to the post office or to the parcel box or wherever it might be, wherever I'm going that afternoon, I fit that in. Yesterday it was just like, you know, I think I actually ended up with 2 parcels. Another wee sale came in before my cut-off point. So really, that was the only frustration in it there. It was like, was it worth going out with these? But I was going out anyway, so yeah, of course it was worth it. Not a big deal in the slightest. So yeah, that was just me having a wee whinge. Getting stuff dropped off, delivered is no biggie whatsoever. Very worst case scenario, I need to go to the post office in the town centre if I can't get to one of the wee kind of satellite ones, and that takes me an extra 10 minutes. It's not a big deal at all. Postage is, the posting stuff is the easiest part of this whole job, because you just go in with a bag, they scan it, and you walk back out. I do like going to the Royal Mail delivery centre though, because that's just no faffing about with receipts or anything. It's just scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep, done, and you're out the door. So I can take 40 parcels in there and be out in a couple of minutes, which is great. The parcel box, second favourite option, but only if I've got a few parcels. If I've got hunters, then they don't fit. I fill it up too quickly, and you end up with things jammed and they don't. I've had fun trying to push my hand down into that to wriggle parcels down at the bottom to get the last couple in. Today I will be using, it's 9 o'clock already, so the Royal Mail Centre shuts at 10. I'm not going to be out for 10 o'clock. I'll use the parcel drop. Big bulk, my Michael Connolly, big bundle will go to DPD, which is just a wee local shop, and then the rest will get dropped into the parcel box, which will take what I've got no problem at all today, especially if I get there early enough in the day before everyone else fills it up, and it gets emptied about 4, I think, so that works out nicely for me. Anyway, I'm just blethering on about a load of nonsense. So things to remember: if you want to get to the water faster, set fire to your arse. World Book Day, 10 AM to 7 PM, 80% off any one order, and sales have come back up again. Been a good start to today. Long may it continue. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks very much for the support, for watching, all these other things. Love you. See ya. Bye.